Hello my beautiful Gemini, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-November right through to mid-December 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. So let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in towards you. Also, you may notice I'm in a different environment at the moment. I've just gone to visit family for a couple of days, but I'll be back in my usual space after that. This is an incredible environment. However, it is on a main road, so occasionally you're going to hear some very loud traffic zooming on by. I hope it does not impede on your listening experience, but I just thought I'd let you know so you're aware of what it is. So let us get straight to your reading and let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to be aware of regarding their love life at this moment in time? Can you please show them the way? What do they need to be seeing at this time, experiencing at this time? Well, we have the Devil card as your protagonist energy. So a lot of you are breaking through cycles, trying to detoxify your life, stay away from anything toxic or negative. The Devil card can indicate that a lot of you are feeling very stuck when it comes to your love life. And you may have even attracted people who perhaps, came to you for fixing in the past, or people who had some sort of addiction. And you may have been sort of sorting through cycles that perhaps you've noticed appeared in your life so that you can break the pattern is what I'm seeing there. A lot of you may also be worried about time. You may feel like you've been waiting a long time for a relationship or love to come on in there, and there's a little bit of anxiety with the Devil card, but it's not an evil card. It can actually indicate where you're feeling stuck in a rut, things that perhaps you have experienced that have shaped who you are and how you apply yourself to love or how you expect love to come on in. And I feel like you're just breaking patterns. I mean, the shadow self indicates this is a period of working on yourself, of course, to really sort through the journey that you've had in order to create space for healthy love to come on in. And of course, healthy love starts with the self first. So that's why, you're in a period of pause and focusing on your own path at this moment in time with that shadow self card. We've also got the High Priestess. So a lot of you may have withdrawn from love based on either a toxic experience or you've had an experience in love, shall we say, that let you down, either broke your heart or perhaps even tried to manipulate you in some way or control you. I feel with that Devil card energy, a lot of you are looking at just following your passions, really looking at excessiveness in your life. A lot of you, if you have been withdrawn from the party scene or the dating scene, it can be that you've been deciding to focus on yourself at this time and dedicate yourself to yourself so that you can really get clear on what you want in a relationship and certainly what you do not want in a relationship there as well. Now, not all of you, but some of you may actually be in recovery, okay? And this can be recovery from an unwellness or an addiction, or perhaps, you are healing parts of yourself that have needed to be looked at over the last couple of years, because you do have the star energy, which is all about healing. It's about, you know, finding inspiration again, that spark. Some of you may have felt that, especially with that devil card, the protagonist energy, you may have witnessed a lot of people very physically attracted to you, especially when it comes to going on dates. You may feel that if you have gone on some, or you've popped your head out and tried to see if there's anyone out there on the dating scene, a lot of you may feel there's a lack or a deficiency, and there's a longing within you to meet a person who has that spark, but you haven't met that person. So there is, you know, a sadness there, a lament, and it can feel like no one's coming, almost like you are giving yourself to celibacy, as it were. But, you know, with that devil card, a lot of you may notice that the dating scene is very transient, or people are interested in the physical goodies. They are not wanting emotional substance in relationships. You may feel it's very transient, and that's why you may have withdrawn in order to focus on your passions. And life may have been very challenging over the last couple of years for you. You're navigating a lot of change, and you've been very disciplined with your energy. But some of you are trying to really get back into finding that spark, rewilding, as it were. And with that High Priestess energy, it's in the resistance position. So I do feel that a lot of you may have lain dormant for a while, that spark within you, and it's starting to awaken, where you want to book more things to go out there and have fun and get excited again about life. I mean, this card can indicate you just want to flirt out there. You want to meet people who resonate with you. But with the star energy, I feel there is a bit of a wish. You want more substance in a relationship. However, because the protagonist energy, whoever I'm picking up on right now, it can be that there's this duality about you where, you know, you want to vibe with people, you want to meet people who kind of get you, who see you, but you may be a little bit unsure about, you know, wanting to be bonded to a person long term. It's almost like you're saying, I'll see where it goes. You're not in a rush to settle down. You may have waited a long time and it's frustrating, but there is this energy with that devil card of kind of knowing when you're ready, okay? And you're looking for someone who has chemistry, but also has substance, you know, where you can actually see that there is a bond like no other, that you can see yourself settling down with that person. And of course, you haven't found that person just yet. So with that High Priestess, this is you tapping into your intuition to notice any red flags. I mean, some of you, not all of you, but some of you actually are a little bit shy, especially when you meet the right person. But I want you to be aware that your soulmate long term, when you meet this person, because I do feel with the star energy, you're going to get a love wish. I need to check in with the Celtic cross just to see who's coming towards you. But I feel it's just going to be organic, and it's going to feel like home. It's going to feel easy. It's like you will feel so comfortable with this new person. And although it's going to be very passionate, very intense, you know, a lot of you, it's going to start very kind of like magnetic, very intense there, passionate. There's going to be a lot of magnetism towards both of you, okay? But there's also this bond. It's like an unspoken bond, a knowingness between you and this new person, and you can actually see your future with this person, because the star, of course, is you adhering to a path where you follow your dreams, and also you get a wish here with this. There is a brighter future, but I feel a lot of you have been removing energy blocks. I've just seen 1111 for you as well, so you're going to see 1111 a lot over the next coming weeks and months, and this is going to indicate that you're on a path to meet your soulmate. 1111 is a soul path number, so I feel like you're going to meet someone who's in tune with you, someone who also has a very healing vibe. This person may also work in a healing industry in some way, so they could work for healthcare services, or maybe you do, or they could actually be a mentor in yoga, meditation, or, you know, they take their healing journey very seriously as well, okay? So I feel like this person, they have a lot of empathy, whoever you're meeting, and this could also be where you meet this person. It could be that you meet this person connected to some sort of spiritual practice, or if you are joining a group for sound healing, meditation, or, you know, something that helps with the mind and helps release a lot of pressure, because I feel a lot of you are under a lot of pressure or stress to keep life moving in the right direction at this moment in time. And I feel a lot of you could be drawn to something like that. I'm also being given by my guides, ooh, thank you so much, I'm truly grateful, I'm given two things, really interesting actually. One is that music is going to be very relevant with this person. So either they play music, because I'm seeing lots of instruments, trumpets and the like. I mean, that's a very niche instrument, so it could be jazz or I don't know, but maybe it is some sort of like live percussion type music event that you may attend. Okay, that's coming out there. Or maybe you or this person play lots of instruments. This person could be really well known in the music industry, because a star is an indication that someone has a reputation that is really positive. So I feel that is a strong energy there as well. Now, it doesn't mean that they're like well known on a global scale. It could just mean that, you know, they are well known within their industry, or they have a lot of influence there. But also I'm being given this energy, which is really wonderful, because my guides just said to me, look in the water, because I normally look in the water, but I was looking at the cards, and what I can see is the Hermit card, okay, but there is a butterfly on the Hermit card. Now, that's not typical, that's not normal. So what I'm seeing and what I'm being given here is the Hermit, of course, is someone who is self-sufficient, someone who removes themselves. I feel a lot of you have removed yourself from the dating scene because you just thought that it was so transient and it's not giving in any shape or form to you finding a relationship that you desire. But the butterfly represents change. So the Hermit is often someone who is solitary, and the butterfly is transformation. So I feel like there's going to be a visitor. I'm being given the words visitor. So either this person is traveling to your neighborhood, or, you know, maybe they are visiting a place, or maybe you're visiting a place. There's going to be a new visitor, and this is a person who's going to capture your attention, but I need to see the details a little bit more just to see how that's going to go for you, okay? Because right now I'm picking up on an energy of someone, you know, removing themselves, saying, you know what, I want love, but it's not a priority right now. I've got other things on my plate, and I feel like you're dedicating yourself to yourself at this time. Self-care, self-love, spiritual journey, thinking, reflecting, getting inner wisdom, working out what you want in a relationship. Some of you, again, not all of you, may actually have an actual tarot reading with a psychic medium, for example, booked over the next coming weeks. You may, be booking one, and they're going to tell you the same thing. There's a visitor or someone visiting that is going to come into your life, and there's a romantic vibe about this person. We've got King of Cups. So King of Cups indicates, as your foundation card, you have a beautiful heart, you're so lovable, you have a lot of love to offer, you're emotionally available for love because you've been doing a lot of soul searching, you are going through the shadow self, which means you're looking at some of the darker places within yourself, the darker thoughts, or even processing a lot of the challenging experiences you may have had there. And this is creating the space for love to come on in. Now, it's crossed by the King of Wands. So I feel like, yeah, there's this energy of you like not meeting someone who has that spark. And that's the problem. You're looking for that passion, that spark. I mean, I feel like you get a lot of attention anyway. And, you know, there are people who are interested in you, but they just don't have that thing that you're looking for, but you will find it. Yep, there we are. We have the Lover's card on the earthly plane position. Okay, so this tells me, yes, there is going to be a loving relationship materializing in your life. I mean, your foundation card, which is the King of Cups, indicates you're someone who's very sensitive, you know, you're very caring, and I do feel there is this energy, whoever you're about to meet, either they used to work in or they still work in a very caring profession. You know, it's like whatever they do, it's for others. It influences others in some way. So even if it's a musician, it's like their music changes people's moods, really helps process, helps people to emote, whether it's healthcare, it's to help people get better or to process what they're going through. So I'm really getting strong vibes about someone who is a humanitarian, who really cares about people. And I feel like you're attracting the highest love that love has to offer right now as well. So there's definitely change. You've got an Ace of Swords there. Wow, there's that Hermit. Okay, I was feeling strong vibes. Whenever I'm shown a Hermit card, it really means that you've dedicated yourself to yourself. And the Hermit is soul searching. They're looking for inspiration. And that's what I feel like you're doing right now, looking for inspiration on the dating scene, because you may feel it's a very sparse environment. There is a deficiency, a lack of opportunity, which you've struggled with there, and you're at your peak. So, you know, you're wanting to meet a person who resonates with you there. And the Hermit, you know, normally on the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Hermit has a lantern with a star in it, okay? And this indicates that this person is soul searching, but they're also healing. The star is there, and it's like you've been looking occasionally for love, but you haven't found anybody. So therefore you kind of resigned yourself to the fact that, okay, well, maybe I'm just going to be me, myself, and I. And, you know, you're very independent, self-assured. You don't need anybody, but you would like to share your life with somebody. And that Lover's card indicates that there is definitely a soulmate coming on in here for you. And I feel it's you moving right now from being in a kind of like homebody, hermit kind of vibe, or even a high priestess kind of vibe, where you're a little bit withdrawn, into a period where you're allowing yourself to be seen, shining your light there. There's definitely some sort of event or some sort of, I'm being given like, it's either a cultural event or some sort of celebration, some sort of gathering of people. You got a 3 of Cups there. That's people coming together to have a great time. So you're going to meet a person in some sort of group setting. We've got the 2 of Pentacles there as well. I mean, that's the hope and fear position. You'd hate to meet anyone who is inconsistent, who kind of wastes your time, who does not match your rhythm, who doesn't know what they want, who's in and out, breadcrumbing, ghosting, you know, manipulative energy. You would hate to meet someone like that. Of course, no one would really want to meet anyone like that, but it's showing up in your hope and a fear position there. We've got the 5 of Cups. Ooh, okay. Just as I said that, the 5 of Cups, the candle went out. Okay, so I have to go and get another candle there because I only work with the light. So I will do that in a moment. But I'm getting strong vibes because Lover's card is the choice card, okay? And of course, you have the King of Wands here, which is a crossing energy. That basically means you haven't found anyone who's got that spark, who matches your vibe. And then your final card is actually the Queen of Wands. So we got the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands there as well, and the King of Cups. So it's telling me that you're about to meet a person who matches your frequency, who has that spark. There's a lot of passion, a lot of intensity here, but there's 2 people. You've got basically a King of Cups and a Queen of Wands with a King of Wands. So it's telling me that you're going to be either letting someone down, or there's a flirtation here that kind of goes a little ways, but then you suddenly realize actually they're not meant for you. So that's something that's coming through there, especially since you've got that 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups is to let go of something or somebody and say, okay, you know what, this is not resonating. It's time to, you know, let it go. 7 of Cups is options. So I'm quite excited. I'm going to go and, you know, get a new candle there to light for you. So give me one moment, and thank you so much. I'll be back. Sorry about that, my beautiful Gemini. I can only work with the light, so I had to replace that there for you. So let me just, that's the King of Wands right there. So that's the crossing card. Your first card for your Celtic cross is the King of Cups, which tells me that you are open to love. You know, this is about you following your passions. It's about you, you know, offering the highest love that love has to offer. That's why you need to meet a person who's strong enough to walk by your side and shares your love language. And with that King of Cups energy, I feel like for some of you, not all of you, thanks so much, I'm truly grateful, there is this energy of a flirtation with a person who is already taken. I hate to give you that message, okay? I hate to give it to you, but that's something that's coming through there when I touch this card. So for some of you, you may already have experienced this. Someone, you know, trying to flirt with you, and you know that they are in a relationship. And of course, it's not really going to be much of a choice, because there's going to be a person who comes in and captures your heart, who is free and single to do so. So of course there's no judgment here, but there's an energy of someone who is already taken, flirting with you. And maybe that's why the Devil card has shown up there. For some of you, this may have already happened, okay? But it may not. Wow, that is some car. I don't know what kind of car that was. It almost had had a jet engine that sort of, I don't know, do cars have that? Anyway, I do hope that that wasn't too loud on the microphone there for you. But yes, coming back to this, for some of you, because you have the Ace of Swords in the past position, some of you may be talking to someone already right now, and you're questioning where it's going. I always say if you're questioning where a relationship is going, that is pretty much your answer, that the right person is never going to give you any cause for concern as to where the relationship is going, but asking and having a conversation is so important, just so you know where you stand. Otherwise you'll just coast, and you'll waste your beautiful time and your beautiful love and your heart there. But some of you, again, I hate to give you this message, that I do feel there is a flirtation or a very physical kind of attraction or encounter with someone who I feel is already taken. Okay, they're already in a relationship, but I feel there's something here about you knowing this. Okay, so I feel like you kind of have to let someone down. So yeah, I hate to give that message, as I said, but that's coming through there with that King of Cups. You're going to meet someone who's in balance with you, who basically is open emotionally and knows what they want. But there is also a second person, and this could be, like, as I said, a significant flirtation to the point where you think, oh, this is going somewhere, but then you either discover that they are in a relationship, or they're not free, or they're just not, ready for a long-term commitment. I'm not sure how it's going to play out. It could be that they've just come out of something, and that's why their energy is still attached to another. But just be a little bit mindful of something that you feel is very physical, okay? Of course, if you want to explore something physical and just go for it, that's your prerogative. No judgment here, as I said, but I just want you to be aware that there's going to be two options. King of Wands is your crossing card. So this tells me that you haven't met someone yet who is your soulmate, okay? So if you are kind of like, getting a flirtation with a person, but you're getting the vibes that it's not long-term, then you know why. Of course, if you meet a person and you think, wow, this is the person, and you are intuitively, because you have the intuition card, always trust your intuition. Your heart knows the way. Your gut instinct is the right instinct. So if you've met a person, you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is the person, then you're right. Okay, so you're making the right decisions. I want you to be aware of that. But this King of Wands, the majority of you, whoever I'm picking up on right now, this person has not come into your life just yet. And with this King of Wands, this person is bold, they're daring, they're passionate, they're exciting, they're a leader in some way. This person also does a lot of sponsorship, is what I'm being given. I'm not really sure in what area. I'm seeing like a basketball now as well. So either they are in some way a mentor for basketball, or perhaps they had sponsorship when they were younger. Perhaps they used to play, and maybe that's why they have some sort of influence. I'm not really sure. I'm just giving you what I can see. I can only decode what I can see in the water. I'm not going to make something up for you. I can only give you the images that come through there. But also they could do like charitable sponsorship work. So they could do like fun runs and things like that, where they get money for a charity in some way. This person, they like to make a difference in the world, in their part of the world, in their life. They are the sort of person that when they say they're going to do something, they do it. So when you're in a relationship with this person, because it's quite exciting that you're going to be with this person, they're not the sort of person to put off any DIY if there's anything to be done around the house. If there's something to be done, they're out there doing it. And I feel like you probably will do it together, really. But I feel this is a very exciting, playful relationship. There's a lot of passion. And both of you, when you are long into many years of relationship, you still keep the spark alive. Okay, so that's a very exciting relationship to have indeed. So we have the Lover's card on the earthly plane position. This definitely tells me that there are choices. The first word there is choice, then union and love. So you're going to have to make a decision about two people, okay? But also this can be the duality within yourself. A lot of you are like, do I want a long-term relationship? Do I want to settle down? Do I want to just meet a person and just enjoy my singlehood and just have a connection, where there's kind of like no seriousness? Because I feel a lot of you have had a heavy seriousness in your life regarding a relationship, or you've had a lot going on, and you may be looking at long-term relationships as being a little bit excessive at this time. So you may have like something you need to prioritize. Doesn't mean that you don't want love long term or a long term relationship. It just means that you're trying to create space, or there's a time and a place. So love is going to wait for you, of course. But I feel actually when a person kind of chooses that they're not kind of like searching for love, they're open to it if it happens, but they've got other things going on, that's normally when love will find you. And I feel like it's not too far away before you meet this new person where you will have to choose. But I do feel a flirtation comes first, okay? Now, in your past position, we have the Ace of Swords. Some of you have tried online dating. Some of you have tried like chat forums and things like that, and it may not have worked out in the way that you'd hoped for. I feel that giving that another chance is also an option if you're the sort of person who finds it hard to get out there, or there's no like events in your neighborhood, or you've been kind of like navigating friendships changing. So if you feel like your friends are always busy and it's really hard to get out there, I feel some of you may actually go to an event on your own there, but still meet a person at an event. But I'm also getting this celebration thing. So Three of Cups could be that there is a group of you going somewhere. You know, it could be like an invitation from someone that you used to know, or like someone you haven't seen for a long time, or even family for some of you. But I feel there's some sort of gathering. It feels like an invitation, okay? And I mean, for some of you, this could be that like you've decided to transform or change or make like a new direction for yourself. Like you have decided it's time mentally to put yourself out there, allow yourself to be seen. You want to live your passions. You're still not sure 100% that you want to rush into a relationship, but you still kind of deep down want one. Now, I know this sounds like you're a bit of a conundrum right now. It's like, you want a relationship, however, you're just like taking it easy because you don't want to make the wrong decision. You don't want to kind of get into something that you feel stuck in. So I feel a lot of you may have had an experience in the past that you've cut ties with, or tried to get your head around, understand, really get clear on why things happen so you can break free from patterns. But the Ace is divine intervention. It means fate is going to put you in a path to meet somebody, but you had to get really clear mentally on what it is you wanted. So the Hermit highlights that you were put on pause on purpose, and I feel the person you're about to meet, they've also been put on pause on purpose in order to really kind of understand themselves a little bit more, to really get clear on what they want in a relationship, so they completely align with who you are, what you want, and that it is a match, okay? Now, the Hermit is a presiding energy right now. So this tells me that a lot of you have been a bit of a homebody. There's going to be transformation there. I mean, for some of you, this could be that you're going to visit family or a visitor, because I'm getting this strong visitor energy. Okay, so you could be visiting a place that is cultural, or that is you kind of like showing someone around. So it could be a family member comes over from overseas and you're just showing them around, and it could be an event or something connected to that that puts you in a path to meet this person. What I am being given is 3 feathers are relevant. 3 feathers, they're almost like in a line, 3 feathers. So I'm not really sure what that's about. I mean, this could be that you're going to see 3 feathers in a line in the next couple of days or months there. Maybe if you like tattoos, it could be that they've got 3 feathers in a line, or you're going to have a conversation with this new person about 3 feathers. So just bank it. If it doesn't make sense right now, it doesn't mean it's not going to make sense in the future, but just keep it as a memory, and suddenly it will unfold and you'll realize, oh, the 3 feathers. And that's kind of a little signpost as to this person being your soulmate, okay? But the Hermit is the presiding energy, so it's contemplation, solitude, insight. So you've been learning more about yourself, and this is a guiding force, so I feel like you're being guided at this time. So I feel you're reflecting on what you want in a relationship, and a lot of you, the door to love has been closed for a while in order to reconnect to your sense of self or reignite your spark for your passions, because you may feel like you lay dormant, or the world has changed in such a way that had a monumental effect on you, and it made you kind of shut down in some way, or kind of like it feels different somehow. it's almost like it was clearer in the past, or it was easier in the past to talk to people or get to know people. People were more open, and you just may feel it's just harder on the dating scene, and then it's more transient. And although you're not sure whether you want a long-term relationship, you certainly know that you don't want to meet someone who is just in it for the moment. Okay, that just wants the physical goodies and then is on the run. So that's something I'm picking up on, but there's a lot of energy swirling. So perhaps in moments, because you have that Two of Pentacles, there may be moments within you because of your duality that you're like, yep, I want a relationship. And then there's other moments where you're like, you know what, I'm too busy. I don't even know if I've got time for a relationship. So I feel there is this kind of like, not contradiction. I feel like it's just sorting through your mind and sorting through energy and finding a way towards what it is you truly want and the right timing for it. Now, in your near future, we have the Emperor. So, you know, this is an energy of like getting clear on what you want. I mean, this could also be a person that you will flirt with or have a flirtation with. I'm going to pull a quick card on this because the Emperor is more like structure, okay? It can be a person, of course, but in a Celtic cross, it's more of a journey on each stage of where you feel like you're at. So I feel there's an energy of, you know, maturity here, getting clear on what you want. You know, this is also a success card, and it's a card of authority as well there. So it can be that you're meeting a person connected to authority, or you're just taking action, because the Emperor is all about action. So let me just pull a quick card on that Emperor just to see a little bit more. Is it a person? Queen of Swords. Okay, so these could be people that you are connecting to. Eight of Swords. Yeah, I really feel that this person is a person that you will have, like, it's almost like you meet each other and there's an instant attraction. I feel this is the person you may even let down. You know, this person feels a little bit older than you as well. Eight of Swords is like you feel a bit stuck. It doesn't seem to go anywhere. You know, the Emperor is a wonderful card to get, but you actually have a person who is more a vibrational match to you right now, and they're a little bit younger in their energy. So I do feel that there is like an older kind of, it doesn't have to be an age. It can be that their personality is just a little bit older. You know, they find it hard to let themselves go a little bit. They are flirtatious. They're serious about like getting to know you in the physical sense. They may even have designs of wanting to settle down with you in the future, but there's just something where it just feels like it doesn't go anywhere, because the Queen of Swords is an energy of like keeping things at arm's length. Eight of Swords is like you get stuck in something, or, you know, this person, it's like they tend to overthink things, and it just doesn't allow them to be a little bit more freer. So I feel this is a person where there's a bit of chemistry, flirtation, and this person, you will meet this person quite soon actually, but this is not your person. That's the vibe I'm getting, okay? Also, Queen of Swords is to be clear on what you want. You know, don't overthink it. Of course, I feel like you are kind of like setting yourself free in some way. Once you know what you want in a relationship and the sort of person, when you visualize what they look like, their traits, the universe will send you that cosmic order. But I feel at first there is this person who's coming along and you're like, it's kind of nice. But again, you know, the Emperor is giving me vibes of them somehow either have just come out of something and that's why they're so serious, or they are someone who is a little bit older and they are attached to somebody and they find it hard to let go, or it just feels like they're not right for you. So I'm going to leave it there, okay? You'll make your decision, but there is someone that is a potential, shall we say, coming on in, but they're not the one, okay? Now, your advice to yourself in this moment is the Fool card. You just want to have fun. You know, the Fool card is to be playful. You're young at heart. That's why I feel this person, although they're wonderful, nothing wrong with this person apart from the fact that I feel somehow they're attached to somebody, or they have maybe just come out of something, because I don't want to judge the situation. I'm just getting the vibe of like they seem to be preoccupied, okay? But this Fool card is like, okay, I want someone who's fun to be with. I want to live in the moment and I want to see where it goes, but I still want to kind of settle down with that. So the Fool card is like you have no attachments to anything. You just want to go on an adventure. This is you taking a leap of faith and being fun and like going out there and being your wonderful self. The Fool card is definitely a new start or a new beginning or the beginning of a new adventure for you. A lot of you, this is like you enjoying your freedom. That's why I'm getting this kind of juxtaposition between freedom and settling down. Circumstances outside of yourself is group activity. Now, 3 of Cups actually doesn't have to mean like 3 people, okay? But it can do. So again, I feel like this is your options. There's going to be 2 people vying for your attention. 1 is definitely for you. I'm not going to repeat it again. I feel I've said it so many times, but my guides keep telling me 3 of Cups is an energy of sharing the moment. You know, going out there, dancing, having fun, celebrating. But it can also be like group activities, community, people coming together to celebrate something. So if you've got like an invitation to a friend's wedding or an engagement, there is a very strong, or even birthday, there's a strong element of you meeting someone there. But also I have to mention for some of you, if you're in a working environment where there is like a seasonal kind of team building exercise or party or event, you know, there is a strong potential that at that event, someone in your working environment who you know is taken or is not good to be with long term, they may make a pass at you. Okay, so I feel it's just a timeline of events to help you acknowledge who is right for you and who is not. Okay, so just be aware of that. But it says here, friendship, community, and happiness. So a lot of you, you know, I feel your friendships are evolving. So if you are searching for your soul tribe, there could be an event where, you know, you meet new people, because there's definitely a lot of new energy here. But ultimately, I do see, because there's so many people showing up in your reading, that a lot of you, beautiful Geminis, could be going to an event alone. However, there are people you know at the event somehow. Okay, so it feels like there's a gathering here. Some of you, as I said, you've tried online dating, and you may continue to try online dating if you're someone who finds it hard to you know, get out, because there's a homebody card right there with that Hermit energy. I feel there is a potential of you meeting someone there, but also meeting them face to face in real time, but in a crowded environment. There was a lot of ambiance, a lot of good times, a lot of fun flowing there as well. But we've got that 2 of Pentacles, hope and fear. I've already mentioned this. This is you like meeting someone who's inconsistent, especially when you know. Okay, but also this is a hope. Like the hope with the 2 of Pentacles is like you hope you know which one to choose, the right one for you. But you will, because you've got the intuition card, you've got the Hermit card. You know yourself because you've gone through your shadow self. So trust your gut instinct. It will never lead you astray. When you have an overthinking analyzation period, you know, I always say this, right? When you suddenly have a leaning to do something, suddenly your gut instinct is like, oh my gosh, I really want to be with this person. But then you start to go, but maybe they're not right for me. Maybe, you know, the other person is right. Maybe your gut instinct told you your truth right away. When you overthink, that is when, you know, you start to cloud judgment. So just remember, trust your instinct. But it says here, balancing decisions, priorities, and adapting. And I feel a lot of you, this is from, you know, your priorities. It's like you are under pressure right now. You're going through a lot in life. You have a lot on your plate. And it's about creating space. So it's about you choosing when is the right time to create this space for love to come on in. Because Pentacles are always about commitment. So 2 of Pentacles can be that you need to manage your commitments at this time and ask yourself, what is it that you really want? You know, and if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, that normally gives a very pictorial kind of idea of what the card actually means. There's 2 ships in the background, okay? And they're on the high seas in the 2 of Pentacles. And basically there's one big ship, so that's the great love story. And then, of course, there is the smaller ship, and that is something a little bit more minor, you know, something more temporary, shall we say. And I feel like you're going to make a decision between the 2 based on what it is you want right now. But you will encounter options for both. And that leads you to, of course, letting someone down. So we have the 5 of Cups, which is an energy of, you know, there's not many people out there, shall we say, a shortage of options. It's been difficult for you to find a person, but you are going to be in a period, of course, of healing. If you've come out of a relationship, if you have been healing from a past experience and you've just thought, you know what, I don't want to be in a relationship, I feel like you will process that and you will be open to a new person coming on in, and they're going to love you the way that you deserve to be loved, okay? But also, there's an energy here of like sacrificing one person over the other. So I feel like you actually let someone down on this you let someone go. And they're going to be disappointed, so be gentle with them. Be a little bit mindful if they are your boss, because the Emperor can be a boss energy, someone with influence. So just be mindful. Okay, now we've got the Seven of Cups, which of course is about options. So again, your whole reading is saying, what do you want? Choose the sort of person you want. See them, the vision of them. Do you have a type? You know, what sort of traits do you want? Because when you get clear with the universe, you know, an image is like a fantasy, or, you know, a vision, as it were. Thoughts become things, and you have the Ace of Swords, which means your initial thought, the sort of person you want. I feel like you're going to actually attract your type. That is what is going to materialize for you on the physical plane, because you've got the Lover's card right there. But it says here, searching for purpose, choices, and daydreaming. So I would say that this is you meeting both people and saying, okay, what is the purpose of this relationship? Is this a flirtation that just makes us both feel good in the moment, but we both know that it's not really going anywhere? That's the purpose. It gives you a little perk, a little spark. But then it's like, what is the purpose of this person? Do I see my future with this person? I'm falling in love with this person. That means, you know, I need to basically let go of everything else and surrender to love. So I feel you're going to have an option like that in your near future. And the Queen of Wands, of course, is your final card that popped out there. And that means that, of course, you're following your passions. You're going to be in a setting where there's a group of people with like-minded intentions, where you just get on with people. There's going to be one person that you haven't met yet. You're going to meet them, and it is a match, vibrational match. Even though you are an air element, my beautiful Gemini, this fire, you know, is going to be between you both. It means there's a magnetism. You're drawn to each other. I would say major power couple vibes here as well. But it says here, courage, determination, and passion. And the King of Wands here says, big picture, overcoming challenges, and a leader. So you're going to be meeting a person who, you know, you're letting the right one in. These two pillars are significant of being your boundaries, okay? And whenever you have the High Priestess, she sits in front of the pillars, okay? And that is about being cautious about who you let in, who deserves your time, who is worthy of your love. And I feel this is a vibrational match and your soulmate. So excited about your options. A lot of you right now are like, Baba, I can't see any options. There's nobody. I can't see how this is going to play out. It's not going to happen. But the universe is at play right now, and thoughts become things. So if you feel like you're never going to meet anybody, then it is a prophecy. Remember, you are attaching yourself to a vibration. So allow yourself to visualize. Allow yourself to be in a period of whimsy, especially before bed. Okay, really visualize the sort of person you want to be with, like you're with them right now. And the universe will cosmically order that person into your life. So let me just go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we have, oh my gosh, we got a butterfly. I can't believe it. Out of all of those trinkets in there, you got a butterfly. So this is, again, connecting to a visitor. So even if you're showing a friend around, or, you know, even if you're visiting, maybe you're the visitor. I'm not sure, but the butterfly represents transformation. And of course, it goes into the chrysalis. It dissolves its sense of self. So a lot of you with that hermit energy, you may have been feeling a little bit lost, or yes, you've got your goals and your dreams and your priorities, and you've been working your way towards accomplishing them. But when it comes to dating or your love life, it may feel like you've been in limbo, or, you know, you've dissolved your sense of self. The butterfly can also represent being a social butterfly. It's time to get yourself out there and be seen, because you are lovable. You will be loved, and also, you know, you are at your peak right now. You cannot be Gemini in the past, because the past is over. It's an illusion now. It's only a memory. It no longer exists. Yes, it shaped who you are, but you are you right now. So, you know, walk tall, smile, be proud of yourself, get your wonderful self out there, strut your stuff, because there is, you know, a lot of attention coming your way, two people in particular, but one person actually captures your attention and your heart, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, and I also hope that the cars and the traffic there was not too loud. So thank you for bearing with that. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini, and love and light.